Hello everyone, my greetings to one and all. This is the 10th and the last session on balance of payment and determination of foreign exchange rate in the country. In the previous two sessions, you have understood about the determination of flexible exchange rate system along with its advantages and disadvantages. I am Poonam Vohra from Macroeconomics Learning Center. In this session, you will understand about the managed floating exchange rate system. So let us begin. Managed floating exchange rate system refers to a system in which foreign exchange rate is determined by the market forces, but central bank also intervenes to stabilize the currency in case of extreme depreciation or appreciation. The purpose is to keep exchange rate close to desired target values. So it is a hybrid of fixed and flexible exchange rate system. The central bank, though, tolerates small fluctuations and fixes lower and upper limits, but it exercises its influence through sale and purchase of foreign currency in the international money market. For this, central bank maintains reserves of foreign exchange to ensure that exchange rate stays within the targeted value. If due to excess demand for rupees, value of rupee falls below a certain level, then RBI start increasing the supply of rupee by selling rupee to dollars and acquire holding of dollars. Similarly, in case of excess supply of rupee, any depreciation above a particular level will induce RBI to increase the demand for rupee by exchanging dollars for rupee and running down its holding of dollars. Or RBI then acquires rupees. Suppose currency depreciates. One of the reasons is that interest rates are lower. Suppose currency depreciates. Generally, lower interest rates tend to be unattractive for foreign investment and decrease the currency's relative value, leading to depreciation. When the central bank realizes that the market value of domestic currency is depreciating against foreign currency, the exchange rate goes down. As a result, exports will be cheaper. There will be an increase in exports, and domestic firms benefit from increased sales as it helps in an increase in aggregate demand. But at the same time, foreign goods become expensive. There will be decrease in imports. Due to increase in demand, if imports rise, it would lead to high import bill of the government. And with falling value of domestic currency, there would be high current account deficit. Therefore, there will be an increase in exports and decrease in imports. Falling value of rupee or rising value of foreign currency, import bill of the government mounts up, resulting in high current account deficit. So there will be an increase in demand for foreign currency. Now, central bank maintains foreign exchange reserves to ensure that the exchange rate stays within the targeted value. It exercises its influence through sale and purchase of foreign currency in the international money market. Now, the central bank would like to restore the value of domestic currency and will start selling the foreign currency from its foreign exchange reserves in the international money market and expects to increase the supply in the market. Other things remaining constant, increase in supply of foreign currency would be expected to reduce its price in relation to domestic currency, and finally, the value of domestic currency gets restored. Let us understand what happens when currency appreciates. Generally, higher interest rates increase the value of country's currency and tend to attract foreign investment, increasing the demand for and value of home country's currency. When the central bank realizes that the market value of domestic currency is excessively rising against a foreign currency, causing a fall in foreign demand for domestic goods or decrease in exports, it will result in decrease in aggregate demand. At the same time, imports will be cheaper and hence imports increase. Therefore, there will be decrease in exports and increase in the quantity of imports. Rising value of rupee would result in decrease in demand for foreign currency, or there will be an appreciation of domestic currency. Now, central bank intervenes as it maintains foreign exchange reserves to ensure that the exchange rate stays within the targeted value. So it exercises its influence through sale and purchase of foreign currency in the international money market. Now in this case, the central bank would like to restore the value of domestic currency and hence start purchasing foreign currency from its foreign exchange reserves. Other things remaining constant, increase in the supply of domestic currency would be expected to reduce the price of domestic currency, and hence the value of domestic currency gets restored. Now this is the news item taken from Mint. You are required to read it and answer the following question. The news item is: India's foreign exchange reserves had crossed $500 billion for the first time ever in the week ended June 5th, 2020. The question is, give 3 reasons for its rise and its impact on the economy. The 3 major reasons for having an increase in foreign exchange reserves are: 1. There has been an increase in foreign direct investment due to Make in India project push. 2. There has been lower consumption demand in the economy and hence lower imports. 3. Import bill is high mainly due to rising oil prices, and during this time there has been low crude oil prices resulting in low import bill. So the impact is that foreign exchange reserves are available in excess, and surplus foreign exchange reserves mean that the country is in comfortable situation to manage India's external as well as internal financial issues. Secondly, foreign exchange reserves are enough to pay for import bill for minimum 1 year. And thirdly, surplus foreign exchange reserves helps in strengthening the domestic currency, that is rupee, against dollars in the currency market. One may think, why should government intervene? In a managed floating exchange rate system, the central bank may choose to intervene in foreign exchange markets in order to affect the value of a currency to meet specific macroeconomic objectives. The central bank attempts to reduce the volatility of exchange rate by purchase and sale of foreign currency. This is because big fluctuations in the external value of currency can increase investors' risk and perhaps damage business confidence. So to avoid such risks, intervention is important. Managed floating exchange rates are used as a tool for the government to restore or improve the price competitiveness of exporters in global market, or by restoring the value, it then improves the balance of trade in goods and services and hence the current account position of the country. By lowering the value of domestic currency, it increases export demand and give a push to investment. And by selling foreign currencies to overseas investors, it enables to reduce the size of government debt. So by intervention, by minimizing the volatility of exchange rate, government is then in a position to respond to external economic shocks which may affect the economy. So it is essential for the government to intervene in the exchange rate determination. Now read the statement and identify whether it is true or false. Huge international reserves are required to be maintained by the government in flexible as well as managed floating exchange rate system. Please check your answer. It's a false statement. Huge foreign exchange reserves are required only for managed floating exchange rate system to ensure that the exchange rate stays within the targeted value. It is not required for flexible exchange rate system. Here is the list of countries which are using managed floating system. The countries are Albania, Argentina, Armenia, Brazil, Colombia, Georgia, Ghana, Guatemala, Hungary, Iceland, India, Indonesia, Israel, Kazakhstan, Korea, Maldives, New Zealand, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Romania, South Africa, Thailand, Turkey, Uganda, Ukraine, and Uruguay. This information has been provided by IMF. I hope you have understood the managed floating exchange rate system. With this, the session comes to an end. Also, the unit gets complete. In this entire unit, you have understood the structure of balance of payment, components of its current account, components of its capital account, other items in the balance of payment, fixed exchange rate system, flexible exchange rate system with their merits and demerits, as well as managed floating exchange rate system. In between, you have answered questions as asked relating to the concepts. These questions were not very tough. So watch the videos again, answer all the questions as given in the assignments. Keep a watch over the economic events. You will have no difficulty in facing the challenging questions, whether during your exams or beyond that. So keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you.